Well, hello the internet, and welcome back to the live stream. It is Wednesday, July the 9th. It is Tuesday, the 9th of July, 2019. Today I'll be live for 43 minutes. It's good to have you here on the Gives a Minute live stream. 9th day of July, feeling good, feeling fine. I tell you, I was a little bit sort of in two minds there about what I was about to say because I'd looked at the calendar and I saw it was the 9th of July, and then I'd looked down at my laptop, and for some reason my laptop was on the other day, whatever I said, 10th of July or the Wednesday, all out of sorts here. Let me say hello to the chat before we move any further in, because Tim did have a comment to ask. He asked, why is it that comments made in the chat box hours before the show disappear after a few hours? No idea, man. I've seen that. I've known that. I've witnessed it. It's happened plenty of times when people get in my chat early and they leave a comment. And even when I go to reply to it, I go to @tag, in this case, Tim, and he wasn't there. So he must have left it 5 hours ago when he was awake in the middle of the night, because that man never sleeps. I said, yeah, I don't know. Robert Muller in the house. G'day, Rob Muller. And we've got Tim asking me about, did I see his fix for the 4G antennas on Stevan? I didn't see it, but I've taped them up. I'll show you that on Outdoor Man with the Van this week on Saturday's stream. Kind of do just one stream on that one, not every single day here. Obviously, there's not enough content for that. But yeah, I think I'm going to be okay. I don't think it's that bad. Scotty Ventures in the house. G'day, Scotty Ventures. Well, hello all. Travel Jet Setter. So he's had a bad day for him, and he hopes that he can work. He's got something he wants to talk about on the live chat, so we'll get to that later on. We're going to listen to some That's I've got 5 more cuts from the next That's record. If you still want to hear this rubbish, we'll get to that. Tim says it really gets Tim down when he finally convinces himself that in order to get a coffee, he has to get out of bed, especially when I'm nice and comfortable. Ain't that the truth on a winter's morning, dude? Far out. Yeah, you need a coffee machine right next to your bed. Then Scotty Ventures chit-chatting. I said, okay, yeah, I'm doing great. Yeah, okay, you can go back here. Stevan in the house. G'day, Steven. How you going, man? I can't not say your name as Stevan. I know it's Steven, but I just say Stevan. Travel Jet Setter's getting pumped up. All good. Johann Sebastian, son, he's back. Johann, good to see you, man. 2 days in a row. Nice for you to stop by the Gives a Minute chat. I appreciate that, dude. Happy times. Let's pull up the chat so you guys can follow along as well. And, well, here's something very interesting. Not very interesting, but I thought it was interesting. I cooked myself so hardcore on my wave a day. Now, you know me, I'm not the greatest surfer. I was calling myself the biggest kook on YouTube before I came across Patrick Becomes, and he actually has that in his graphic, the biggest kook on YouTube. So he can claim it, but I own it, and we both have it. And this next little super quick wave a day I want to run for you is proof of how much I cooked in this. I don't even remember this happening. And I don't mean, there's 2 things that happen in this clip. The first one is my leg lifting up, falling off backwards. That's kook enough as it is. But then the next one that happens, and you'll see when we get there, you'll see what it is. I don't even recall doing it. I didn't see it until I watched the edit back, and I was like, huh? What? Absolute kookdom. Firebomber in the house. G'day, Firebomber. I've never seen your handle before. You're welcome here in the Gives a Minute chit chats. How are we all doing today? We're doing great. Look at the chit chat saying hello back. Northrop MJ, Mindy saying hello to you. Everybody's being very welcoming. Now, I got to just give you a heads up. This super quick wave a day, it's not super quick. It's about 4 minutes and 20. So 4:20 on the clock on this one. If you follow what that means, it's got nothing to do with that. It just coincidentally happens to be 4:20. And I'm calling it a super quick wave a day edit. Not really super quick, is it? Welcome back to the super quick wave a day edit. Now, I cooked it pretty hardcore this morning on a wave a day twice. The first kook, I didn't set up my beach camera correctly. Well, I set it up, but it was full memory card, so we didn't get any footage from the beach cam. That's kook number 1. The second kook, you'll see when you see it, and I don't even know what happened. I still don't remember doing it. You can judge me for it if you will. It's pretty kooky. Take a look at this. Water temperature has dropped. That is cold. This is warm. That is cold. Absolute props to the Artisan wetsuit. This thing is super toasty. If you're surfing in Australia in the winter and you need a wetsuit, please do yourself the solid. Hit the link in the description of this video. You get a 5% discount and you get a bangin' fine suit. I can tell you now, I wouldn't be out here without this guy. Holy moly, it's freezing in this water. And I haven't even got my head wet yet. Oh, I'm gonna get a wave.
You better run to get the same.
What a kook! Holy kook, Batman. What on earth did I do? I was like, couldn't stand up properly. I feel like the 7S Superfish just got away from me too fast. It just went too fast for me. Wake up, man. It's Monday morning. You can do better than that. Okay, well that was better. By how much, I'm not sure. I mean, it felt nice, but what I find interesting is that when I looked at this section, I was thinking, it's gonna be alright. And both waves I've taken have been lefts. Oh, I'm missing one. Phew. Oh well, you gotta take what the ocean gives. Say about taking what the ocean gives? The ocean gave me a right. I took it. Yeah. And I liked it. I hope you liked it too. Now, I'll take another one. If you have one, give it. Please be giving me the wave. Please. Where are the waves? Not that one. I want this one. Well, there's another little left, but I don't know, the wave didn't do much, right? Maybe I should take a right. Give me a right. That felt so good. Yeah! I'm hooked. I'm hooked. Give me another one. How about that kook, eh? It just keeps getting more and more kook. Now, while I try to find where I left my kook, you guys can go back to the live stream. I have absolutely no idea what that upside down thing was. It's confusing, it's baffling. If you want to go back and look at it again later, you'll see me kind of paddling almost side onto a wave that's coming over. And I just kind of duck dive just to get under the lip so it didn't smack me in the head. And then I fall forwards and over my board. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, look, that's the definition of a kook right there. If you had a dictionary entry and it said kook and it had adjective, descriptive word used to illustrate someone who cannot grasp the basic concepts of surfing see this video, and they would run that video to prove it. Absolutely baffling. Happy Canadian in the house. G'day, Happy Canadian. Good to see you back here, dude. He's making an attempt to get in these live streams. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you. I see the chit chat flowing nicely between the lot of you. That's really, really nice. This is awesome. Very nice. Thanks, guys. Thanks so much for that. It was funny. It's funny. I'm getting better, but I'm still kooking. Still learning, still kooking, still enjoying. That's the main thing. So today we are going to do this quicker than yesterday because I felt like we took too much time on that and we didn't have enough time for chit chat on the Discord. So I want to run through this here is my next That's release. It's called Too Many Spaccas. Now what a spacker is, it's a term that me and my friends used to describe things such as technology, devices, So like back in the day, the idea of being able to record a record of your own for your mates, you'd have to go to a recording studio, right? A recording studio and get access to like, you know, tape to tape reels and whatnot. But then all of a sudden things happened and we all got access to technology. We called it Spaccadacca technology, just like, it's just a phrase we used. So the idea of having too many Spaccas for me was that this material, That's material kind of only came about because I had access to so many Spaccas. And this record, I've got, surprise, surprise, 28 tracks, 2 more than last time on here. Again, the same kind of concept is that I would make these recordings for my friends and then I'd send them a CD and they'd get a giggle with it or they'd throw it in the bin, whatever they wish to do. Just looking in the chat, Steven says, what other extreme sports do you want to give away when surfing dries up? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think I'd like to partake in another sport, but I wouldn't mind skydiving at some point. But as far as pursuing a sport goes, I don't think I'd be that interested in taking up another sport. So yeah, and the text on this one reads, and I had to take a photo of it because my eyesight is so bad these days. I'm 43, right? I can't see the font that I've chosen on that, so I took a little snapshot of it, and that's right, Northrop MJ. Surfing never dries up. So this says, the inner liner notes say, a collection of That's material spanning the years 2003-2006, which is where A Collective Roller Coaster left off. The idea was to present a somewhat organized picture of my thoughts that have run through my brain from time to time. Some of these tracks are serious, some meaningful, some border on the absolute ridiculous, and at least one even I find questionable. Greenie sings on 3 and plays drums on 12. The Freeland Hoax performed 20, I sang it. Matey sings on 15 and again on 27, along with Joe, Mel, and Nick, who also did some guitar and keyboards. Everything else here was done by yours truly, and I've got a date there, April 2006. So the first thing I want to do is give this to you. It's in the chat right now, and like I said yesterday, I do not expect anyone to buy this garbage. I have put it on all the streaming platforms, Spotify, Deezer, Apple Music, all that stuff. You can buy it, but in the chat right now is a linky poo. It's only going to last for a couple of days on this free hosting service, and if you want to nab it, hit that download and you'll get the whole thing with ID 3 tags and all the tracks. But as far as what we're doing today here on Julive, and Julive, mind you, is a concept developed by Danny Black to go live every day in July. Now, Danny's doing it in Facebook land. He started off doing it in YouTube last year. I'm doing it in YouTube this year. I put a little linky poo to Danny Black's YouTube channel if you want to go and scope that out. Tim says, Benon, in yesterday's video, was that a whale in the background behind the dolphins? Good question. I thought it was too, and I watched the whole edit of that piece, and no, it's not. It's a boat. But there are plenty of whales out there, so that's not uncommon for that to happen. So I wanted to give props to Danny Black for this concept, but if you want to follow his Julive, you've got to go to the Facebook machine. I personally think that's the wrong idea, but he's decided to do that. So go follow him there and then jump across to the YouTube platform and nab that link if you want. If you're feeling demented and if maybe you've got a whole bunch of homebrew you've been drinking, hit that link and download this crap. So I want to play you 5 selections from this, and it's difficult for me to choose 5 songs that aren't. I want to entice you with this. I don't want to turn you off, but I also understand that it's extremely unlikely that you're going to go, dude, when's that some going to release another record? You're not going to be frothing at the bit for this. It's going to be like, that's demented. That's interestingly demented. Well done, I think. So I've chosen 5 tracks just that give a perspective on things, and I want to play them for you now. And I'll talk about them as we go, like we did yesterday. The first one is called Ummer the Numb. I'm going to put this like this.
I'm back,
and here we
baby.
Go. I tried to do like an intro to the record. That's
Ummer the Numb.
Caleb Wheeler
That's
1.
Yeah.
Hey Caleb, thanks for the sub, dude. Thanks, dude.
You better believe it.
Appreciate that. Edie Murphy in the house. G'day, Edie. You're a musician. Don't listen to this. Don't listen to this.
I told you. Ummer the Numb. That's
Tim, it was the size of the swell that you saw the boat go up and down on the horizon on this flat earth. Made it in time for the music, Edie. Now that could be a good or a bad thing. I'm just giving you the heads up now. Yeah, that's the start of the record, Stephen. To be a little bit abusive, like with a loud The volumes are good now though, right? That was just that opening. I purposely did that. Offensive is my objective.
Hey, that's on the phone or in the sun. That's
I did have fun. Most of this was done while drunk, I'm going to be honest. Nearly all of this was done while drunk. In fact, I have to have homebrews with me before I start writing stuff. Just that nothing comes unless I'm twisted.
Hey, that's
No worries, Travel Jet Setter. I understand entirely, man. I understand entirely if you want to walk away from this. You dig this, Eddie? Stephen, rip yeah. No worries, Travel Jet Setter. I fully understand, dude. I don't expect fandom from this. I expect curiosity.
I got a friend who eats his pie without sauce. I don't understand just how he does it. 'Cause all Aussies know the simple truth. A pie without sauce is like yin without yang. Beer without alcohol or work without pay.
Try it without it. I hate sauce on my pie.
What? Blasphemy.
Ah,
Get it out.
No, you get more of the taste of the pie.
That's like saying you hate alcohol in your beer, right?
Oh,
Meat
no.
pie and sauce, man. Like, they ask you want sauce. What the fuck do you think, man? It's a fucking pie.
Try it without it.
I recorded that conversation.
Now, Christopher, your you have to have some.
He didn't know I recorded
a
it.
little bit of sauce. Don't make me use force. Now, Christopher, your you have to have some. A little bit of sauce. Don't make me use force. Now, Christopher, your you have to have some. A little bit of sauce. Don't make me use force. Now, Christopher,
Eddie
your
Murphy.
you have to have
Dex would
some.
be jealous.
A little bit
I'm a
of
huge Beck
sauce.
fan.
Don't make me use force. Now, Christopher, your you have to have some. A little bit of sauce. Don't make me use force.
I know what you're saying. I know it's very symbolic, but taste-wise, you get more of the gravy with the pastry. And when it hits the pastry, it gets a nice butter.
That's actually a
Good point, Tim.
appreciation for me.
It's like beer without alcohol. Why would you do it? Who would make beer without alcohol? Idiots.
Tomatoey, vegetable gummy thing on the
Idiots.
top.
No, Chris. You're wrong, Chris. You're so wrong, Chris. Now listen to me, Christopher fucking Neptune, daydreaming cold fucking umness. A pie without sauce is blasphemy. And you're an Aussie just like me. So get that satchel and start smearing, boy. I wanna see sauce ooze off that pie. I I want sauce running down your shirt. I want sauce on the footpath. I want that pie to fucking swim in vegetable gum, boys, so start smearing. A pie without sauce, and you call yourself an Aussie.
He lost it when I sent this to him. He was like, I can't remember you doing the
Well, you
recording.
know what? Whenever you buy sauce, you only get a fucking smidgen anyway, so you put a little bit on and then you eat it, and then you're eating a pie without sauce.
Oh man, I love it when you get
Here comes a more regular track. Not.
Where do you think you're coming from? Where do you think you'll stay? I saw you and you saw me. That was enough
I can
for today.
I can picture where I was when I
So take what you need,
wrote this piano
leave
bit.
what you don't. You're never gonna take me away. I saw you and you
Esoteric.
saw me. That was
concept
enough
album.
for
Eddie
today.
Murphy, you're a musician too.
So where do you think you're coming from?
I take this as praise for
Where do
you.
you think you'll stay?
Baffled by your response, but I'm
I
taking
saw you and you saw me. That was enough for today. So take what you need, leave what you don't. You're never gonna take me
Caleb Wheeler,
away.
it's up there. The link's up top there in the chat.
I saw you
I'll put it again
and
for you.
you saw me. That was enough for today.
I'll put it in the chat again for you, Caleb. Get the whole record, but please have a few homebrews before you listen to the whole thing. Just sit back and don't expect much. Just open the mind. Sounds like Pink Floyd, Canadian. Get out of here.
You can't see
God, me or Satan. Yeah. Good call, Tim.
Never, never leaving. Never, 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 never.
Oh, thanks, Edie.
Leave, 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 leave now.
I thought everyone would leave hearing this.
Get it in your head. Get it in your head. I'm going.
Wrote this for an ex-girlfriend, from memory. The lyrics, anyway. I ended up leaving. No, Scotty, not. I mean, yeah, we did smoke a little bit of weed, but not much. I'm a gummer. Yeah, Tim? Yeah, okay. I'm following you. Yeah, I mean, we had access to weed in Adelaide, you know, it's not. You're illegally allowed to have it if the tree was under your fence height, so it wasn't a big deal, but homebrew was my poison.
I bring your food unto the table. You whisper me your Esau tables. And I lead you to the stable. Cause I ain't never, no he's
I
never.
always like the concept of strange accents.
I never want to grumble. So give me what you got in that sack.
Thanks, Happy
Let
Canadian.
loose the burden on your back. And give me what it is I lack. Why you looking down on me? Don't make me get down on one knee.
Super creative stuff.
Is there something I don't see?
Very original.
Oh, he's got a gun, a gun. Why you got a gun? You don't need a gun. We can talk this out. Oh, you've gone and shot me. Why you shoot me when I love you?
I just like the idea of telling stories. Kind of like Les Claypool from Primus, if you like.
Who's going to bring the food now? Why you do what
That's
you
right,
do
Tim.
when
That's
you
exactly
do
right.
Why you do it?
We used to pull it over and it would
Look, my foot
grow
is
horizontally
bleeding
instead of vertically.
so. Wild dogs lick at it.
Wild dogs lick.
But you don't seem to care too much. I give you everything, Poppy. And you can't shoot me like this
Yes,
so bad.
Primus, Edie Murphy.
Why you
Absolutely.
do this, Poppy? Poppy! Why you do what you do? How you do? When you do it? Why you do what you do? How you do? When you do it? Why you do what you do? When you do? How you do it? Why you
Bad boy
do
Bobby Tim.
what
Yeah,
you
yeah, I can see
do?
that.
When you do? How you do it? Why you do what you do? When you do what you do? How you do what you do? when you do it. You do it when you do it. Bobby. Oh, Bobby. Everybody share my pain and sing along now. Why you do what you do when you do?
Pity my housemates when I was multi-tracking this one.
What you do, how you do when you do it. Why you do what you do when you do, how you do it. Why you do what you do when you do, how you do it. So why you do what you do
Caleb Wheeler.
when you do,
That's the best comment ever, dude.
what you do when you do,
I don't think I'm mentally able to understand the genius behind this music. That is awesome, dude.
Bobby.
Can I use that as a quote on my next record?
Oh, Bobby, why you do this, Bobby, to me?
That's awesome.
Bobby.
Last track, folks. Last track. It's a teaser if you like. You want to go and explore it, you can hit that link up and get it all. That is a really good quote, Caleb. I love that. I'm gonna, yeah, thanks, man. I will use that. I'll remember it. I'll have to copy and paste this. Okay. I'm gonna do that right now. Take a screenshot. Probably need some distortion on the guitars though, Tim, for this to be in a thrash band. It's kind of strange for me to listen back to this in the cans, because I can hear all of the extra tracks that are lower in the mix. I'm trying to think about when I recorded them, what I was thinking. I could do the guitars, guaranteed. Hey, Celeste back in the house. G'day, Celeste. You've just come in at the right time. You didn't have to put up with that garbage. That was 5 tracks from That's my record, Too Many Spaccas from 2006. Now, we did hear 5 cuts from that. We heard Ummer Than We heard Pie Without Sauce. We heard Leave, question mark. No, that should have been a question mark. Leave? Never. Then we heard Why You Do What You Do, and we finished up with Done and Dusted. Now, like I said earlier, I don't take this stuff too seriously, and I please don't you guys take it too seriously. I've never wanted to be a musician. If you do enjoy that crap, you can nab the whole 27 or 28 track record. That link in the chat right now is only going to be there for about 3 days until they remove it off their servers. So that's where you can nab that from and have a bit of a giggle on my behalf. There are 3 more records to come, which will bring us up to speed to last year's attempt. And then I will never mention That's again on my live streams until I release something more. And I've got some ideas, and that quote from Caleb is definitely going to somehow make it onto the next That's release. That is too good, man. His quote said, "I don't think I'm mentally able to understand the genius behind this music." It's like, that's as good as a backhand comment I've ever had, because it's like saying, I don't have the capacity to mentally comprehend this music, because the music is mentally deranged. I love it. I love that, man. You couldn't have hit that any harder and any closer to the truth, man. I appreciate that. It's kind of similar to my cousin quoted me saying, that's me. His what was the exact quote? His ability.
Money's too tight for steak.
Steak?
Edie Murphy with the super chat, but I didn't hear the message. I didn't hear the call out, text to speech. She said super fun to listen to. That didn't come through. I saw the thanks for the super chat, Edie Murphy. My cousin said his quote was, "Ability is a distant second cousin." No, not ability. Enthusiasm. He said that's enthusiasm is a distant second color. I wrote it down. It's on one of the records. His ability is a distant second cousin to his enthusiasm. So he's enthusiastic more so than he's actually able to do it. And the idea with that title, like I said, too many Spaccas, all that crap came because I had access to computers and technology. Like, I wouldn't go and spend money in a recording studio with a producer and say, this is what I want to come up with, because that would be like, get out of here. Anyway. Let's open the chat line up, okay? We did this yesterday. I'm going to bring in the Discord machine. Xander Round in the house, by the way. I did see Xander pop in. How you going, Xander? Good to see you, dude. What we have here, if I go here, I've just put a little linky poo in the chit chat. That goes to the Discord live chat server. If you want to come in and have a chit chat about anything that you like, this is now the open house for anyone to come in. This is the little menu we've got here. I'm in the server right now. I am looking to see who joins. I'm just going to join. I am in the server. So if you join in, we will hear you. And you can chit chat about whatever you damn well please. Whoa. That's not what I wanted. Can you guys hear that crap? Wow, that's not what I wanted. Did you guys hear that? Let me just try to fix that crap. This did not do this yesterday. It's almost like there's you know what it is? A cabel. A cabel has fallen out. And I know it's a cable. You know what? I'm just gonna do this myself so you guys don't have to put up with this. Hang on a second. I'm gonna go back to this. I don't want you guys to have to put up with that, so I'm just going to fix this cabel. Touch wood, that's the fix I needed. That was pretty horrendous for you guys. That's what sounded like I'm recording starting. Let me go back to the call-in line. Okay, that should be better. Yeah, that was obnoxiously hidden.
Oh?
Whoa! I've got someone there. Here we go. Travel Jet Setter's in the house.
Yes, it's me.
How you going, man?
House. Finally, now we got it working, right?
I hope so. Everybody can hear Travel Jet Setter. You can hear me very well, Travel Jet Setter.
Me?
Everybody in the chat, can we hear that you guys can hear Travel Jet Setter in the house?
Just let me know what they're saying, if they can hear me or not, because I'm not in the.
Okay, I'll let you know.
Thing, you know?
Edie Murphy's there and Travel Jet Setter, Tim Arskog. So we'll just wait for a confirmation.
Yep, okay, the Happy Canadian said loud and clear.
Thanks, Happy Canadian. And I apologize for that obnoxiousness at the start. I've got an RCA cable, like the one on here, like this guy here. It goes from 1 to 2, and the second one I'm not using because we only need an analog signal, and that second one was touching metal. So that's why we had all that obnoxiousness. Travel Jet Setter,
okay.
Let me ask you this, man. You've changed your handle.
Here, huh?
What do you like to be called? What can we call you? I know your real name, but what do you like to be called online?
You know my real name. You can call me Travel Jet Setter. You can call me Mark.
Okay.
You can call me Mark.
Well, everybody say g'day to Mark.
It's been a while, huh?
Yeah, I guessed it on your show, on your channel.
Yeah, I think the last time we verbally talked was me, you, and the Quisha did that video together.
That's right, yeah. So what's on your mind, Mark? What do you want to talk about today on the Gives a Minute live stream?
Yes, I am.
You're the second guest, by the way.
Things has happened. Okay, hello?
Yo, I gotcha. We gotcha. You're here.
Okay, because I didn't know who you were talking to, so... okay, so Um, I'm just gonna flat out and say this. The I had to shut down my two channels that I had because some serious stuff occurred with the people who I was working with on YouTube. Me and LaQuisha and Crystal Nicole, we're still cool. But the other people, like the Sweet Mom for Life chick I've been supporting, I'm no longer supporting her.
Huh.
There's a very long story about that, and more other people who, of that group I was a part of, is a whole lot of shit went down, and it's just something I need to talk to you on DM about. I'm just gonna say this without saying too much, that I had two videos done on me.
Oh, really?
There was a third person. I'm trying from who me and LaQuisha and Crystal Nicole's knows. She's a YouTuber. That informed me that the person, I was having a conversation with this person about the Sweet Mom for Life chicks, and I basically reached out to that YouTuber and said I really didn't want to support her anymore because she's continuously in conflicts with people. This is the person I was talking to you about in the DM, from a conversation you and I had.
Sure.
Probably a couple of weeks ago, yeah. And so I'm no longer supporting her because it's just she stays in too much drama back and forth with people on YouTube, and I didn't want that to be affiliated with my channel, and so
So you ended your channel because of that? You killed both your channels?
Well, no, it's because I had got, what happened was the Sweet Mom for Life chick and the girl, or somebody who we knew, she's a YouTuber. I confided into her about the Sweet Mom for Life chick that we both knew. And she went back to her with it, pretty much saying I was talking shit about her.
Huh.
Which I was, because I told her, I said, hey, I don't want to support this Sweet Mom for Life anymore because of A, B, C, D, F, and G. Everything I just explained to you, I explained to her, and then she went back to Sweet Mom for Life with it. And so they got together to set me up, okay? So, because to get information from me about other things to use against me, and to just pretty much set me up. And this woman video recorded our conversation without me knowing about it.
Okay.
And put it on YouTube.
Let me just stop you for a second.
Did two videos on me.
Just to clarify for everybody else that might not follow the whole saga, if you like, before this drama unfolded, what was your content on your channel, and how did the videos that they made against you, how did that change your channel? Is that what I'm hearing? Because they made these videos, you had to defend yourself.
It made me change my channel. It made me kind of like go in a different direction that I needed to go into. I can tell you more about this situation. There's way more to this story than what I'm telling you. This is just like a snippet of it, and it's something that I can. I guess I could definitely.
The reason I'm trying to bring I'm trying to bring it back to everybody that can be in my chat. So the people that are watching this stream now and after the fact, how can we? You deleted both your channels, and the question I want to ask is what?
Because people were coming on my comment sections, pretty much spewing abuse at me. Okay.
Right.
And there's more to this than what I'm telling you.
Is the idea to start a fresh channel and have none of that crew there, or is the idea to just stop YouTube entirely?
Not to have that crew there, who I was dealing with, because pretty much, this woman who I thought I could confide into, she pretty much set me up.
Okay.
To use me to get information about 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 things, and she used it against me, and her and the Sweet Mom for Life chick set me up pretty much.
So if we were to
It's
say
videos on.
in the next, we've got 3 minutes remaining on this stream, how would you like to address that situation in terms of your audience that no longer has you because you erased your channels? If they're listening now, what would you like to say to them through the Gives a Minute channel?
I mean, you mean my audience now?
Yeah, because you've ended both your channels, so you've left a bunch of people
I
in the lurch.
just explained like, hey, I got myself involved with the wrong kind of people. I didn't realize it until after this situation happened, and I really apologize about that.
Well, there you have it. That's a nice way to say it, you mean? Like once you've
And
erased.
I don't want my content to be involved with drama, and that's kind of what I realized after the fact of this situation happening. But there's way more to the story than what I'm saying. Like, this is just a snippet of it, and then I can gladly tell you more on the DM.
Okay. Well, I think that's
privately.
that's great. We should do that.
And I can give I can give you some content on this.
Okay.
Because I did not appreciate that person recording me, recording our conversation on IG, because we were talking in the video thing, and she recorded our whole conversation and used it against me and posted our conversation on YouTube.
Okay.
About what we were talking about when I confided into her about the Sweet Mom for Life chick, saying I don't want to be affiliated with her anymore.
Right. So you feel like
and recorded our conversation.
You feel like
posted on YouTube.
You feel like there may be some legal grounds there against her, or is that how you?
If she keeps if that YouTuber keeps continuing to do videos on me, I'm gonna have to take legal action. Because she did 2 videos on me. 2.
The Happy Canadian has an option for you. It's better to move on than stay and deal with the drama. So I think we're kind of.
No, Happy Canadian. That's what I did.
Yes. Caleb Wheeler, to make a suggestion for sure. Tomorrow on the stream, we'll be doing the same chat again. If you want to call in, I'm just answering some chat comments there because we are about to wrap this stream up.
Okay.
So to hear from you to speak like this, the travel jet setter, I just hope you can come back after the fact with a new channel and begin creating cool content again. That's my objective for you. I can hear my outro bass line rolling, so I want to say thank you for coming on and giving us this little tease about what happened. And if anyone else wants to ask him,
DM you,
more
about this.
That's exactly right. Thanks, dude. Thanks everyone for watching. See you next time on the Gives a Minute live stream.
All right. Bye.
Wow. And we didn't roll an outro. That's interesting.
Oh, that's